The other issue that your investors might want a little bit more clarity on is the monetization plan for your subsidiaries. I know that it might be premature in a few specific instances to give you, for you to give details, but at least can you give us a blueprint for the current year now that you're laying out guidance on whether any of the subsidiaries will be monetized this year in any form, partial, and whether you've chalked out a plan or a price at which you might sell any remaining residual of the Satyam stake, so that people get a sense of what kind of cash they might expect this year to flow in because of those issues.
We have made it clear that in the year fiscal 11, that is 10-11, we are going to do something in our financial services business. And earlier also we had indicated that in the third quarter of this year, that is between October and December, we will take some action in terms of unlocking value. Now there are various options, and we have not closed out on any option. Listing is a very distinct option. The second option is some private equity into the financial services business, or there is a possibility of a merger as well. The decision will be taken based on shareholders' value creation. Which option provides continuous growth for this entity? Which options enables us to create maximize value? I think that is the basic consideration for taking the decision. But we have started the activity on this front. There is a lot of work which is going on, and we are very clear that in the year 10-11 we will unlock value. Now percentage will depend on the form, and in the sense that if it is going to be private equity, there could be 1%. If it's a listing, there could be another percentage. But we will make sure that we will unlock value, and the investors will have an opportunity to understand this particular business better. That is number one. Secondly, as far as the developmental project business is concerned, where we have lots of SPVs in the infrastructure space, that business also, the unlocking of value is planned in fiscal 12, that is 11-12. Currently what has happened is that there are a lot of SPVs under different umbrellas. We are trying to consolidate all of them under one umbrella, and in fiscal 11-12 we will unlock value in that business as well. So these two are, there is a definite plan. As far as L&T Infotech is concerned, we will take a call after the current exercise which is going on in the organization to look at the long-term strategies of the business or the group. So maybe somewhere in July and August we will come to a conclusion as to what is it that we want to do as far as this business is concerned. So this is really broadly the plan for the three major businesses where we have some ideas about unlocking value. As far as Satyam stake is concerned, sale is concerned, this is not now any more strategic for us, and therefore we will have to sell. I think the timing will depend on markets. The timing will depend also on the information which comes out from the company. Also, what are the long-term prospects of this company? And therefore, depending on that, we'll take a call. Unfortunately, we don't have any information from this company since the transaction happened in the last year, and therefore we don't know how is the underlying performance of this particular entity. There is neither any information on sales, EBITDA, number of employees, nothing is known as far as this particular entity is concerned. And unfortunately, I do believe shareholders are in complete darkness as to what's going on in this company. So we will take a call. I hope by June we will know something, and then thereafter we will decide when to sell the balance shares.
The other thing you made extremely clear in the press conference yesterday, Mr. Devasthali, that this kind of margin sustainability may be a tough task in FY11. And I know that about 1/3 of your orders work on fixed price contracts. Just in the shoes of the CFO of the company, how are you mapping FY11? That there may be a lot of inter-quarter volatility in how margins show up for L&T, or that volume growth will be sustained but margins may drift down for the better part of the year?
As far as the margins are concerned, first of all, I want to clarify that these margins again do not accrue evenly. There are 2 points which I made. It depends on the project execution cycle. Secondly, we don't recognize margins till the projects reach a threshold completion level. So it depends on when which and how many projects reach that threshold completion level. So margins do not accrue evenly, and if you look at the last 4 quarters, you will understand what I'm saying. The second point is that as far as the margins, maintainability of these margins are concerned, as I said, these are pretty high margins. In international market, this type of margins are not obtainable. Most of the E&C companies work on 5 to 6% kind of margins, and we have seen in the last quarter in the E&C business margins of 16% or so, and for the year as a whole approximately 13.5%. So these are pretty high margins. They have also gone up in the last 5 years from 8% to 13%. So there has been a sharp increase in the margin. And this is a result of various steps which we have taken. We have also constantly worked on cost optimization, much better project execution, risk management, better sourcing, selection of jobs, so on and so forth. So there are several initiatives which we have taken which have enabled us to improve the margins. But what I was trying to say is that it is a challenge to maintain these kind of margins. Our effort is to what we are guiding is that we'll try to maintain these margins, but if inflation picks up and if we see that there is a sudden sharp increase in commodity prices, then we'll have to see whether what are the other measures which we need to take to protect these margins which are there. So 2 points: margins will not accrue evenly during all the 4 quarters. Our indication is for the full year. And the second thing is that there are challenges. Competition is increasing. The margins which are embedded in the projects which we are executing are reasonably good. However, if there are other pressures which develop, then we'll have to constantly look at how do we manage the current situation.
Just one final word, Mr. Devastali, since you did speak about how the information on Satyam has not been forthcoming. You are probably in the best position to extract any kind of information at L&T. You're a large shareholder. Mr. Naik can pick up the phone to Anand Mahindra and ask him, Anand, why don't you give me this information? I mean, why are you waiting on it? I mean, small shareholders don't even have that recourse. What is holding them back? I mean, are you getting frustrated that it's taken so long to get even basic details out on Satyam?
I would like to comment. Whatever I had to say, I have said. Because I wouldn't say frustrated, but it is a fact that there is no response. There is no information from the company. I understand that there is a problem about the past, but I do not know why the current information is not forthcoming. I mean, for the last 1 year, for all the 4 quarters, we do not know how is the performance of this company, and we have no idea. Shareholders do not know what is actually happening.
You haven't heard from Tech Mahindra at all.
My point is that Mr. Naik can pick up a call. I think that's a different matter. But I think my point is different. I think all the shareholders need to know.
And you have heard nothing from Tech Mahindra at all?
I have not heard anything from Mahindra Satyam.
Okay. Thanks, Mr. Devastali, for joining in. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
31 points down, still the Nifty. L&T still holding 2% higher. We'll take a break and